Alright, Daniel Rowe, TradeThePlan.com. I'm buying one right here off of this downsloping trend channel. This trend line on the RTH chart. I'm thinking this could stop and reverse and go back up from here, but it's not the best look, but I'm giving it one shot. It's a pretty nice looking extreme churn bar that we're making now on the 5-minute. It's just a really steep, sharp push down. If that's the C wave, then it's gonna have to be like a V bottom, just like that previous one here. So it'll have to do something like that. That trend line is at 96 here. I'll put my stop a little bit lower. Alright, so it is turning up a little bit. It looks a little bit better, but we hit that trend line anyway. So it's a few different areas coming together there, and it's worth a trade. It's four different areas. This one on the RTH chart, the downsloping channel on the 10-minute trend line on whichever one you want to call it, the hourly or the 138, and then the bottom of that channel that we had already broken through here, but now that we came back inside of it and then turned down again, we've hit the inside of it once more. And then those same channels on the 10-minute and the 5-minute line up on the tick chart as well. So that's worth one contract anyway. Alright, I'm gonna get one more right here.
Order filled.
Alright, I'm long 2 now. It's looking a little bit better in that it's slowed down. Knocked it sideways for a bit. Now I want to see some demand come in and take it up. Alright, here we go. Man, come on. Oh, I'm taking one off there.
Target filled.
Quite a bit of supply that came in there. I don't want to run the risk of it going back down to a new low. At least I'm a little bit better than break even on the trade now. I'm going to tighten that up a little bit. This isn't really doing the type of move that I had expected. I don't know, I'm going to give it a little more time, just tighten the stop up a bit. Okay, it is turning up. I'm thinking about exiting at this downsloping channel.
Order
Yep,
filled.
I'm out. It was a decent little trade. Not the greatest, but I'll take it. Alright, I don't usually do this, but we do have a nice 2-bar pattern into this area. I'm going to go ahead and
Order submitted.
re-enter this trade. Just waiting for a sign of demand to come in. We've got that now. And I want to see if this is going to, turn up and make a new high. Be the low that I think it is. Nice 2-bar pattern on the tick 1. And on the row 2. So as far as demand, it looks good, but it's not looking good as far as the wave structure. This looks like it wants to go to a new low, but I'm giving it one shot here. 76.01. I'm going to put my stop just below. I'm going to put it right at that low. I want to let it hit this trend line if it does. So as far as yesterday, we had a good low here, so look, watch this. I almost bought it yesterday, but I didn't do it. It's because the volume was so low. Look at that. Perfect. 200%. And it was a 2-bar pattern right at the low on the 10-minute. Right there. And if you do what I typically talk about doing the low before the high or the high before the low. It's the same. That would be the high before the low to the highest high. There it is. So both channels work perfectly. And then in the overnight, the low this morning, high to high, boom, right down to the bottom of the channel. And then that little low after the open here was right there. So it's been moving channel to channel to channel, which is why I'm trading this one. One of the other reasons why I'm trading that one, besides all the other areas that we have coming in here. And huge demand coming off of that trend line on this RTH4 chart. So it's a good look for a higher low. Now we're pulling back to the same area, and this is where I want to see it crank up some speed to the upside. Hopefully I'll catch a chunk of it. Good looking extreme churn on the 10 minute. That's looking like a higher low now for sure. Nice. What time is it? 12:10. Alright, so I will tighten that stop up now. It's already afternoon. I'm probably going to exit it by 2 o'clock. So I may try to hold for a couple of hours. We'll see how fast it moves. The first area would be the top of this channel, which looks like it coincides with that midline there. And then this downsloping upper median line here, which we did find resistance on there. So I'll put an alert on that one and on that one. And then we just have a simple trend line which comes in the soonest at 51. I thought about taking one off there for a second. It's a lot of supply that came into the market right there. Not the look I was going for.
Order filled.
I took one off. Looks like a reversal back down. There we go. That's looking a little bit better now. Increased volume on that up bar on the 10 minute. It's a good sign. Whoops. Yeah, it's acting like it's finding some resistance here, but I'm expecting to go right through that. I at least want to make it to the top of this little upsloping channel. It's a lot of volume there at that higher low. I'm going to at least hold it to here. And I'll bring my stop up a little bit more because I want to give it room. It's finally moving. Well, it hit the top of that channel. I don't know if I want to... I want to see it break out of this, but I don't want to have to hold through another pullback. Alright, getting a churn bar on the row 1 and the row 2. We're at the top of the channel. And I have a short signal.
Order filled.
So I'm closing it.
Order canceled.
At least I held to the top of that channel. I may regret not holding that, I'm sure I will, but that's alright. Exiting early is never a great feeling. If I were still long 2, I'd be holding 1, but I chickened out back here. Anyway, alright, let's see what we got. For today, 1300, that's it. So that's 16,000 since January 11th. 2.4. Yeah, I'm doing exceptionally well. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 14 trading days. And I'm on a good little run. That's where I should have been closing it, right here. Not before I had a really strong sign of supply coming in, which it finally does now. I mean, I'm sure it's going to keep on going, but there's at least a clear sign of supply now. Big 2-bar pattern there. You're at the down sloping upper median line. Nice 2-bar pattern on the tick 1. It's the point of control. I'm doing this. I'm taking 1. Nah.
Order
Big churn bar on the 10 minute. I bet you that's a swing high. It looks like one to me. I bet that's a swing high. Well, whatever, I'm done. I'm done with this for the day, so. Alright, I've got to take a moment and just show you why that was such a perfect entry. So starting with the 15-minute, just a simple channel from low to low, parallel from that high. That's what we found resistance on yesterday at the close, this morning after the open, and then right where I was about to get in short after exiting that long. So that's the first main area. I've got the rest of them on the faster charts, but look at that. That's that massive churn bar on the 10-minute. Now on the 5-minute, just connecting the two highs together, parallel from the low. That's the kiss goodbye line. So we broke out of that, pulled back to it. You've got that huge extreme density climax. And then on the 2-minute, this is connecting the two previous lows together. And then that is the 100% extension or expansion of that channel, the 100% warning line. And I think I've got the same one on the 1-minute. Yeah, along with that trend line. And then on the 1-minute, you see the really big 2-bar pattern there, where I should have been exiting my long and then turning around and entering that short. And then on the tick 2 chart, you've got that downsloping upper median line from the highest swing to the left, that one, and then that yellow trend line from the next high to this high. It's kind of right in between the two, right there, on a massive 2-bar pattern. It's beautiful. And then the tick 1, it's actually the point of control of that entire downswing before the retracement. So we pulled right back into that volume cluster, the heart of the volume, and then the point of control was at the lower end. And then as we came up, we hit that down sloping upper median line, almost the upper median line, connecting those two previous lows together, but not quite, because it was finding resistance on all those other areas. And then that massive 2-bar pattern on the tick 1 chart, over 700%. So that is a clean and clear sign of massive supply coming into the market there, which is where I should have exited and then turned around and gotten short. And then on the road 2, you've got that big extreme density climax, all of the volume confirmation that you could possibly ever hope for. And on that row 1, that big 2-bar pattern there as well, which is about 500 something percent. And it's if that's an A, B, C, which it is, then the C wave is 138.2% of the A wave, and then it's also a 61.8 expansion of that B wave down, and I think it's even 61.8 of that whole down move. Yeah, 61.8. So pretty awesome setup. For some reason, it's hard for me to stop and reverse trades. Like I've got some kind of a complex against it or something. And then there's your exit. Massive 2-bar pattern as we break the low and then come back into all those areas on the 5-minute and the 2-minute. You can see it right here. So that's the channel. We broke through it here, which is where I got long this morning, the first trade. And then after we broke through it, it made the parallel from the new low. And then that's what we came back and tagged. Big 2-bar patterns on all the faster charts. Would have been, I think, like 90 ticks. 90 to 100 ticks. Would have been a nice one. Anyway, I just had to show that because it was such a perfect, awesome setup. And I didn't take it. So anyway, alright, that's it.